really physical. Did you see that from your edge guys?
Yeah, I felt that. I felt like the guys came out and understood what that final real scrimmage was going to be, and what the expectation was is this is the last dress rehearsal of physical tackling football before we start game planning for Western Kentucky. And I was really proud of the group. I thought they ran the ball. I thought we made some plays in the lap of the quarterback and allowing our guys to get good work on both sides.
When do you start flipping in the game plan for Western Kentucky in practice?
Well, I know this after we get past these final couple days, we'll start to move into that. I know all off season we were preparing and getting our QCs and analysts and coaching staff preparing what that's going to look like. I think shortly here we'll be moving into that phase and implementing first plays from the games that we'll see early in the season.
Jeremiah was a little bit banged up in the picture you posted. Is he able to practice? Do you have an update on?
I know Coach told me just to let the guys speak on that. But I'd love to answer, but I'm gonna leave it that way.
How have you just seen the edge guys come along through 16 practices?
I think the biggest thing that I've been excited about as their coach is to enjoy the process of learning. We have a lot of great athletes here, and I thought learning how we were going to teach them in the spring and how they grew through the summer and then in fall camp to take the steps to take the points that we said all off season that they needed to do. When in the classroom, my dad's a teacher, and I try to make the room that way. And I thought that our studying and our habits to prepare us for a 17-round season, that is what I'm really most proud of, because we get the work. Coach Blue's prepared them. We've done the meetings. It's the time at their craft. I think that's the most I'm proud of right now.
For guys like Quay and Yanze going into year 2, how much more confidence do you see from them when they're going out just in practice and scrimmages?
It's, I think a lot of the times when everything is on your radar, when you see a lot, you don't see anything at all. And narrowing the focus on, I'm looking at this pad tip of this tackle or the back set or, third down, I see how the tackle is aligned. Those are the keys that help you in the moment make a play. They're human too on the other side, and they get worn down and they're telling you things. How can I use that to implement it at a moment that I can go make a play for my team? And Yanze is one of those guys. I'm very proud of him and Quay and really the whole room. I think they've grown up, especially with the departure of 2 great players last year in that room, to see them want to fill that void with those habits and talking to those older guys that left about, hey, this is what you got to do when you get here. Let's start doing that now.
Do you see guys like Q and Keanu kind of stepping into those older guy roles and being leaders in your room?
I feel that. I think they both have a desire to, one, show everybody the work that they've done up to this point, but also to bring those guys along like a Noah Carter or a Jay Sean Ross, and even just the conversations when they're on the field together. I appreciate their mentality and their leadership, because that's what's made this place different. I walk in, you sense that, you see that from guys like Tyler Booker and Jalen Milroe. Like, we can have that in our room too, and you're affecting somebody every second of every day. Who are you choosing to impact? That's been my point to them.
Thanks, Coach.
Are those other guys, are they feeling pressure in replacing Dallas and Braz, or like?
I think they're just ready to turn it loose. That was one thing. We had the players over to the house, and we're sitting there, and my wife is asking, "Hey, are you guys excited? Are you guys ready to roll?" And they're like, "I'm ready to just go cut it loose and play." And I feel that, and I understand that. I've been in that situation, and you just want to show everybody what you've been working on and what you're capable of. And they're highly capable, highly driven, and I'm excited to cut them loose too.
Who in the room, I guess, stood out, impressed you during this second scrimmage?
I would say there's a group of 4 guys that I'm looking at right now that I believe are in a position to go contribute. Obviously, the older 2, Keanu and Q. Q's been a great leader, and Keanu's had a lot of production. I see Quay Rusal as a guy that's going to contribute a lot this year. And then Yanze Pierre has done a great job to put himself in a position where he can be counted upon. And I think once you get out there and you start to play and realize, I have to be on point in these areas. Hopefully in the training and preparation, they understand the severity of each moment, but there's some real life learning when you actually get to go do it. And I'm excited for him to get to do that this fall.
Hey, Coach, how has a young defender like Jeremiah Demont looked among the D-line? Can you just elaborate on his progress from summer to fall camp, just with him being a freshman, him coming in his first year and everything?
I notice him in practice. That's one thing with him is just at the point of attack being able to hold up, whereas maybe when he first got here in the spring going through the installation looking like a young guy. He doesn't look like a young guy anymore, and he's really put himself in a position where he could be counted upon, and that's a deep room, but he's shown that he can be counted upon in a crucial moment if needed, and I know he will for us, and really proud of the work that he's done, and he really cares about his craft, and that's how he's built, that's how he's raised, and he's going to do a great job for us. I know that.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach Womack has talked about having guys on the field that love to work and hate to lose, you know, more so than just the result. They're process oriented. Is that the kind of MO that you've seen from your guys?
I do. I think that this is such a highly competitive group that it's the desire to win, like desire to not be beat. That is a force, and to understand in the moment, I got to be my best. I got to be locked in on my keys and my tools, and if I'm in the right place, I can be successful. And I feel that sometimes you got to pull them back because they want to compete so much, but that's what makes this place special, and that's what's always been in this building, and that's not going anywhere.
You mentioned kind of growth in that competitiveness, and you might have asked this before, but Coach DeBoer talked about after the scrimmage, it was really physical.
Yes.
You know, from his unit. How have you noticed kind of your group sort of developing their physicality, maybe their confidence as well?
You know, I as a young coach, one of the things that I learned is our job is to protect the quarterback in practice. You know, you can't. That is a part of our team. That is a guy that we need in all of them. But learning how in practice to get the work that you need and still be physical at the point of attack. It's hard to have a dog dangle a tree down in front of it and expect it not to go bite. And so just really trying to be ready to say whoa more than go, and I feel that from our group because they definitely are willing to go hunt. That's been something we talked about, and with the position and the mentality, we have to go have that, and we've been saying more whoa than go.
Yeah, so it's been more like you have to hold them back from kind of attacking.
I'm ready to see them in a real game, and to feel what it feels like to finish at the ball.
Don't have to worry about the quarterback.
Yeah, that's somebody else's problem.
Two more questions.
What was behind offense and defense flipping jersey colors for practice?
You know, a lot of it's just giving the quarterback and the receivers those reps of visually seeing, you know, the jerseys that they'll be throwing to that week. I think any coach is big on visualization and making practice like game day. And I think for those guys, it's something the quarterback just gets used to doing that. And I've seen that at other places, but it's nice to be able to do that here and get those reps.
Sorry if you've been asked this before, but I saw the photo you guys at the house. I noticed Jeremiah Alexander in the sling. How's he doing, and how's he progressed as well?
Well, I know Coach was going to speak on that, and I'd love to keep it to him, but I love Jeremiah, and it's great to have him at the house, and he didn't eat as much food as I thought he would.
Is he all good?
Yeah.